Hi everyone, in this video I am going to show you how to simplify an algebraic expression. Okay, let's start. Now, as we said before in our previous lesson, an algebraic expression is a collection of numbers, variables, operators, and grouping symbols, just like this. 3 times x plus 5 times y to the second power plus z minus 2. This is an algebraic expression. Firstly, let's start with the meaning of term. What is a term? What is the definition of a term in algebra? So, a term is a number, a variable, or a product or quotient of numbers and variables. So, in this expression, 3 times x, 5 times y to the second power, z, and negative 2 all are terms. 3 itself is a term when 3 is a part of any algebraic expression, or 5 times m to the second power multiplied by n, or the quotient of x and 2, or the quotient of x cubed and 4. All are terms. So, then what like terms? Like terms contain identical variables. For example, 2 times a to the second power plus 5 times a to the second power minus 3 times a to the third power. In this expression, 2 times a to the second power and 5 times a to the second power are like terms because in each term has the same variable with the same power. But negative 5 times a to the third power are not like terms with these terms because this has the same variable but with a different power. Then, what is a coefficient? The coefficient of a term is a number that multiplies a variable. In this expression, in 2 times a to the second power, the coefficient is 2. And 5 times a to the second power, the coefficient is 5. And negative 5 times a to the third power, the coefficient is negative 3. Okay, when we have to simplify an algebraic expression, we have to replace it by any equivalent algebraic expression having no like terms and parentheses. So to simplify an algebraic expression, we have to know algebraic properties. There are 3. Let's start with the distributive property. The first property is distributive property. So for any real numbers a, b, and c, a multiplied by the sum of b and c equals to a multiplied by b plus a multiplied by c. And a multiplied by the difference of b and c equals to a multiplied by b plus minus a multiplied by c. So basically, it names comes from distribution. As you can see, we distribute a to each term on the inside of the bracket to the terms of b and c, like this. So it's common to use arrows to show that you are distributing the outside term to the terms on the inside of the bracket. Let's look at some example. For example, 6 multiplied by the sum of x and 2. Let's write here arrows to show where I distribute 6 to each term inside of the bracket. So it equals to 6 times x plus 6 times 2, and it equals to 6 times x plus 12. Okay, the second property is the commutative property. What is the definition of a commutative property? For any real numbers a and b, we can write here a plus b equals to b plus a, or a multiplied by b equals to b multiplied by a. The name comes from commune. No matter which way you put it, you are going to have the same answer always. For example, 8 plus 4 equals to 4 plus 8. Or 8 multiplied by 4 equals to 4 multiplied by 8. As you see, it works for addition and multiplication only. So the third property is associative property. Let's look at what is the associative property. Okay, what is the definition of the associative property? For any real numbers a, b, and c, the sum of a and b plus c equals to a plus the sum of B and C, and the product of A and B multiplied by C equals to A multiplied by the product of B and C. It means who you associate with firstly. It doesn't matter if I group my first two numbers together or I am grouping my second two numbers together. I am going to have the same answer always. And it also works for addition and multiplication only. Okay, let's look at some real example about simplifying algebraic expressions. I write here some example. For example, 3 times A plus 1/2 multiplied by the difference of B and 2 times C and minus 1/2 multiplied by the sum of 2 times A and 3 times B. Okay, let's simplify this one. Firstly, we have to identify the brackets and solve them. There are 2 brackets and we have to apply distributive property for each bracket. I use arrows to show that I distribute outside term to the inside of the bracket. Okay, like this. It's equals to 3 times A plus 1/2 multiplied by B minus 1/2 multiplied by 2 times C minus 1/2 multiplied by 2 times A minus 1/2 multiplied by 3 times B. Okay. As you can see, if there is a negative operator outside of the bracket, one can consider changing of all the numeric terms inside of the bracket, like this. This one, it's a negative operator, and it can consider changing all the numeric terms inside of the bracket. So I write here negative. So let's simplify this one. 3 times A plus 1/2 times B minus C minus A and minus 3 divided by 2 multiplied by B. Okay, let's simplify this. What are like terms? 3 times A and negative A. We get 2 times A. And 3 times 1/2 times B and negative 3 divided by 2 multiplied by B. We get 2 multiplied by 2 times B and minus C. And we get it here 2 times A minus B minus C. So that's all I have to tell you today. See you in my next videos. Goodbye.